Kia ora tātou, and welcome back to another episode of Rangai's He Tangata. We have an extremely exciting episode today. We're going to be discussing a whole range of things. However, before we do that, what do we need to do?
Me ti matata tātou karakia. Tukuna te wairua kia rere ki ngā taumata, hei arahi i a tātou mahi. Me tā tātou whai i ngā tikanga a rātou mā. Kia mau, kia ita, kia korea i engaro. Kia pupuri, kia whakamaua, kia tīna. Hui e, tai ki e. Kei ngā mau ngā whakahi, kei ngā wai tukukiri. Kei ngā mātāwaka o te motu, ka nui rā te mihi. To those who connect to the mountains, the rivers and the oceans across the land, hello and welcome.
Cool, so my name is Te Tairawhiti. I'm from Turanganui-a-Kiwa and I'm one of the hosts of He Tangata.
Kia ora, ko arohea pewhairangi toku ingoa no Turanga ahau.
And today we are joined with an extremely special guest.
Kia ora, ko Paurume wharenga toku ingoa no Turanganui-a-Kiwa ahau.
And we'll be talking to you in a short minute. We'll be talking to you in a very short minute. All right. So on today's episode, we're going to, as we said, we're going to be talking to Miss Po and diving into a little bit of her artistry. And then after that, we're going to bring on Dai Akurangi, a very familiar face here at He Tangata. She is going to give us our COVID update, as well as what we can expect over the holidays regarding COVID testing and whatnot.
And lastly, our reporters will hit the main street and find out what Te Tairawhiti Rangatahi will be up to for Christmas and if anyone's been on Santa's naughty list.
Ooh, what do you reckon? Are you on Santa's naughty list?
I don't think
We'll
so.
We'll find out. Okay, so Miss Po, tell us about yourself.
Kia ora, ko Paurume wharenga toku ingoa, like I said. My name's Po. My old stage name is Miss Po. A little bit about myself, I'm just still a teen. Surprisingly, I'm hitting my 20s next year, scary. Just here in Te Tairawhiti, learning, working, growing. That's just a bit about myself.
Yes, and now you're a musician, right?
Yes.
Yes, and so tell me, where did your passion for music actually originate from?
I think the little innocent girl me 5 years ago would say, oh, you know, it's just, I love to sing in hakas. But I think this year, especially in 2021, you do a lot of self-discovery, you know, you have a lot of that downtime. So I think actually looking back on it, the passion of mine for music was a bit of an outlet for the trauma and all of the experiences that I have been through in all my life. And not feeling that I've been quite heard. So, I turned to music as my outlet, and my passion for that was just a yearning to kind of heal, but not in a solidified internal way, just kind of letting it out into the world kind of way. So
And did you manage to heal? Did you manage to?
I don't think anyone can quite say that they're fully healed, like everyone's imperfect, and so I think that it's not just a year journey. I mean, 2021 has been a blessing in disguise as much as, as far as COVID goes, but I think that it's a continuous thing and it's a thing to work on and a thing to develop,
I agree.
So you mentioned that you are from Turanga.
Yes.
Does that influence your songwriting?
Absolutely. Honestly, I tried going to Wellington for my Bachelor of Commercial Music, and it's just the polar opposite of Gisborne. And it is true that your environment really influences the way that you behave and the way that you communicate. And in these terms, how I communicated with music. And in Wellington, it was raining, it was jam-packed with people, I barely saw Māori faces, so it was like real heavy to take in. And here it's very, the sun is shining and you have whānau up and down, you walk in town, you're like, kia ora, hey whanaunga, So it was that homely feel, and it gave me a lot of inspiration to be at peace and content to produce music,
So you said that 2021's been an interesting year for you as a musician. Tell me about some of what are you working on at the moment, or have you been working on some things this year?
I have been working on things but non-music related. I think that I've just identified that a lot of what I was putting into my music was me trying to solve all of my problems, however it wasn't really internalized. So in doing that, I've kind of taken that power back and done a lot of self-healing, meaning that I can leave my creative space to actually create in a much more wholesome version of myself. And so, don't...
I'm excited. Wholesome.
But no, I'm not really that focused on it. I think for me, what I've been doing this year mainly is just working on myself and all of that internal stuff. And I think being a musician, everyone loves you for your music, and I've just kind of been trying to love myself for just myself. You know, because I kind of get lost in what everyone else loves about me. And I'm like, oh, they love me for my music, I must keep writing, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing, just working on myself internally.
I love
getting
that.
mahi, getting some money.
Getting some
so I can treat myself.
money.
Yes. Oh, cool.
So, real question, have you finished your Christmas shopping this year?
I'm such a geek for Christmas. I shopped like 3 weeks ago, and I said to my partner, I was like, you need to get some Christmas presents done now, because I hate stress buying at the last minute. I'm such an organised person. I'm totally the polar opposite to my partner.
When did you say, sorry, when did you?
3 weeks ago. I started doing my Christmas shopping. The last Christmas present I wrapped was actually this morning, 2:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I have an urge to wrap a present, so I did. I found all this stuff and I wrapped it up for my sisters. But yeah, I've completely done. Successful. Yeah.
Good. Can't say the same about me. But
I'll do it tomorrow. And so probably last question, your songwriting and things and your stage presence and your music, obviously currently that comes under Miss Po, right? And I'm wondering, is it going to continue to be Miss Po, or are you thinking of changing your stage name?
I've had a hard, long conversation with myself, like about my name, and I think that it just represented a time in my life where I was, you know, the little miss, like, oh, hey miss, you know how the aunties and uncles like miss. It was actually my teacher when I went to Waikirikiri Kokaripeka. She used to call me miss. I was such a naughty little student. I was always the quick, witty, snapback, answering back, so bad. But she used to call me miss, and so it turned it into Miss Po, and a lot of my family friends started using it, and eventually it became my stage name. But I think that I've kind of taken that name and reflected on it, and actually what does that mean? And I look back on all my music journey and I'm like, I'm totally not that kind of person anymore. So I do think I'm going to change my name, but I just don't know. Okay. If you guys have any ideas, let me know, but I don't know.
All right, 2022, we may see a bit of a brand change. Okay, now the song. So we're going to play a little bit of a waiata, one of your waiata. What is this waiata called?
Katakatipo.
Katakatipo. Let's have a bit of a listen.
Katakatipo, ka whititera, ka mahara ke I toko renga, ka tangi te manu, nui a tāne.
I see you with your head down. How has it changed? How has your I see you like looking down as you're listening to the song, and I'm like, what's going through your mind? I want to know, because this was a few years back, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was a couple years back. Oh no, yeah, a few years back actually, now 3. I don't know, I was just listening to it and I'm like, I do not sound like that anymore. It's kind of, well, at the moment, when you're in the moment, you think what you're doing is like good, you know, and it's absolutely like amazing.
This is good.
Yeah, this is great.
So when it's been a few years and you look back on it, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have taken that photo, or I shouldn't have been with that person. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, you know, but I do appreciate the creativity that came with it. I know that these songs were centered around important kaupapa for me, you know, my kaumātua, my Māoritanga. So in a way it was beneficial, but I realised what my voice sounds like. It's
changed. So it's changed. It's evolved.
Yes.
Wow.
Different.
Oh, wonderful.
So like you mentioned, you released an EP, and you also had a little video on the pole movement page, Whakarongo Mai. Tell us about it.
So yeah, my EP came out a couple years ago. For the Pau Pau Pau, because it's a bit of a Māori mentoring workshop that I was a part of. I was a part of it back in 2015 or 14, like way back when I was just a truly up and coming little girl. And I returned there in 2019, I think it was, that I went back. Or was it 2020? I can't remember. Anyway, Pau 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 was just an opportunity for me to kind of re-enter that creative space, and I think I went back there and I had that song Whakarongo Mai, and I actually wrote that song for my partner because you know, not that I know everything to do with men's mental health, but it is a sticky situation for a partner. Like from a woman's perspective, it's difficult to navigate that as well, because it's not just relying on someone else to you know, speak up. It's also a responsibility on us women to create a space where it is for us to truly, you know, whakarongo, you know, to just listen. And I think I've learned the most terrible, hard way, the consequences of not just being able to sit down and listen. And so when I wrote that song, I actually had a realization. I was like, you know, I actually have a lot of personal stuff that I haven't dealt with. And so I realized I had a lot of internal stuff to do. And I think that was the last big creative thing I ever did, was Pau Pau Pau. And I haven't been performing in town. I've put a huge like slam break pause, and I don't think anyone expected it, but I realized from actually writing that song Whakarongo Mai and performing it on stage, I saw the crowd, and for a split moment everything went black. And I know it's cringe, but you know in those movies how everything blacks out and it's just you, and I realized I actually didn't care about anyone that was in the crowd, you know. So yeah, that's kind of where my shift changed.
Oh wow, no, thank you so much. It is a beautiful, beautiful song, and I'm so excited to see where your journey goes and what your name becomes. And
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know, let us know. So coming up on after the break is a interview with Diane Akurangi, and we're going to be discussing all things COVID. So thank you again for coming on set.
Thank you so much.
Let's hit the ad break.
Okay team, what have we got?
Imagine you're in space.
No.
How about a dark, stormy night, but you're the detective?
Why do we have to be so violent?
Could be a romance.
And they lived happily ever after.
My turn.
Kia ora anō kia tātou. We've got a very special and familiar guest here, Diane Akurangi. Nau mai hoki mai.
Kia ora, koroa.
Kia ora. So Di, we've obviously had you in here a few times discussing everything from COVID to the vaccine to the prize packs to everything going on in the community, but I just wanted to know, how are you doing and how are you coping?
I'm doing really well at the minute. I think it's, for me, it's exciting, it's challenging. And so if anyone knows me, they always know that I'm up for a challenge. So the biggest challenge you could ever have is trying to get the whole population of Te Tairawhiti vaccinated. And if you can achieve that, oh man, you must be like something.
And you're close to actually achieving that, eh?
We are 90% for one, so big up to all the whānau out there that have been vaccinated so far. Yes, we are at 90%, but we want to make sure that we get to that 90% for 2 doses.
Oh, and what are we at for the second dose?
So not quite that yet. We've still got 3,300 more whānau to come through for second. So like I said, that's not too far away.
When do you reckon, what are your predictions? How long do you think?
10th of January.
10th of January?
No, actually I'm thinking before that, but that is the data from the trajectory at the minute.
Okay. Oh, okay, and the prize pack. So recently, you know what happened, we gave away some of those prizes.
Yeah, and weren't they amazing prizes?
They were
Yes.
some amazing prizes.
Yeah.
So
Awesome
what
prizes.
was that experience like for you, giving away
So
that?
for me, the giving away of the brand new Nissan Navara Pro X 4-wheel drive, woo, to an 18-year-old, one of the hardest groups that we've ever had or come up, you know, we had challenges with trying to get that age group in to be vaccinated. So to be able to give this truck to an 18-year-old who works at Pack and Save, and we've been running a lot of clinics, vaccination clinics there on site. Not only that, I hear he's a really good boy too. He is actually heading away next year to a rugby academy, so no doubt that truck will come in handy.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas to
definitely.
him.
Merry Christmas to Nick Patumaka.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Congratulations, Nick. So Omicron, so that's just coming to New Zealand, right?
Yep, and remember, I'm not a medical specialist, so
that's
I'm
right.
not gonna go too deep into that. But what I
Yeah.
can tell you is that it is more transmissible than what the Delta variant is, and it actually won't affect you as hard as what the Delta does, but that's not to say that it won't kill you. Yeah.
And COVID is in our wastewater, right? We're having some tests here and
So
there.
we've had tests, they came back positive a couple of times, then they come back negative. Recently we've just had them retested and it came back negative. So we're testing all the time. Yeah. So the guys test on a Monday and Wednesday, and then we get our results back it takes 2 days.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And what about people and them getting tested, our community and getting tested?
Yeah, so we are still running those testing pop-up sites, and that's at 110 Peel Street. So anyone that needs a COVID-19 test can pop down there. The hours over the holiday period is obviously our stat days and our observed holidays. We're closed, but we are open from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. each day. And so that's for COVID testing, but we also have, on the flip side, our COVID vaccination centre. The iwi providers, Te Rangatahi, Ngāti Porou, Hauora, are going to take a break over the holidays. They're been working around the clock, so it's time they had a good break. However, our team from Te Tairawhiti will take over, providing that service from 295 Palmerston Road. You don't need an appointment, just walk in or drive in, because we are actually setting up for a drive-through as well.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Now, what about in the next few days? What are some vaccination sites?
So today we are at Pack and Save. We've got the drive-through at Haere Mai Reserve open from 4 to 6 p.m. We have 295 Palmerston Road is always open, and that is us. Going forward.
Mean.
2021 was a big year and change for Te Tairawhiti. What was it like for you personally?
So I'm pretty new to Te Tairawhiti. I was contracted in about 5 months ago, and so it's been a big year for Hauora in terms of their communication space. They didn't have anyone doing lives. Actually, we are the first DHB across New Zealand to do everything live in terms of COVID.
Wow. Look at us,
We'll just lead the way, eh?
Yeah, always. No, thank you so much, Di, for coming on and speaking with us today. Is there any last messages that you want to send out there to the community before we wrap?
Yeah, so 3,300 people is what we need to get to our 90% of second dose. So haere mai whānau, don't be shy, don't be scared. If you want to talk, if you've got any questions in regards to the COVID vaccinations, please, our health professionals are right there for you. Kia ora.
Wonderful. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Okay, so after this next ad break, we are going to be talking a little bit about Christmas, what we can look forward to with Christmas, and we are going to shoot over to our roaming reporters who have gone out into the street and are going to ask some of the community some questions. So, yes, after the ad break.
Okay, team, what have we got?
Imagine you're in space.
No.
How about a dark, stormy night? You're the detective.
Why do we have to be so violent?
Could be a romance.
And they lived happily ever after.
My turn.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome
so
back.
for our last segment today, obviously we have...
Oh yeah, I'm back. Te Tairawhiti. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Tita. And what are we going to be talking about for this last segment?
We're going to be talking about Christmas.
Christmas.
And what are you guys doing for Christmas, and if you've been good or not?
Well, I'm just going to be back at home with whānau coming from Tokoroa, so that's
true.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. And
what
what do
about
you
you?
usually do around Christmas time?
We usually go back on my dad's side. We go back to the main house and just have a kai. Sometimes we do Secret Santa.
Oh, nice.
And every year we have our uncle who's Santa, and then he has his elves. So yeah.
Far out.
Have you ever been an elf?
No, never.
Jinx.
Correct.
And what about you, Tahita?
Yeah, the family, we celebrate Christmas. It's more of a day just to, come back to the family house and have some kai and just make fun of each other and just have fun and open presents and have trifle. Man, we love trifle at our whare.
Oh, speaking of trifle
Yeah.
and desserts and stuff, do you have like a favourite Christmas dish?
Oh, we love our pork, pork and apple cider.
Yeah. Apple cider?
Oh, apple sauce,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, apple sauce.
I think it's just everything's different every year, but my favourite, I know this might sound weird, but my nan has the best broccoli salad.
Wow.
Have to try it. So that's the only one that's been consistent, and then we swap around every year. So yeah, it's never really chicken and pork. It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's like me. Yeah, we always have like I'm on the salads this year, so I'm going to be making a potato salad. I'm going
Nice.
to be making, just like a normal lettuce salad.
Yeah,
Whatever
What
recipe
other
I
kind
can
of salad
find.
with tomatoes?
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to do some research. But should we shoot over to our...
Yeah, our
shoot
field
over to our-
reporters
Yeah, field
are in the
reporters.
streets.
All right.
Yeah, true.
Alright, hello, we're here at Artemis Games. We're going to interview this guy about what he feels about Christmas. What's your name, sir?
Nikolai, the
Nikolai.
awesome one.
The awesome one.
Yeah, the last part's an important part and definitely in my name.
Okay, that's epic. Hey, I got a very important question for you.
Yes.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Not really.
Oh my gosh.
I believe in parents.
Oh my days.
I know, right? So
Wow,
crazy.
that's actually...
Wow.
You know what? That's fine. You get a... Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
doing for Christmas?
I'm not sure, but yeah. I'm not actually sure, but I've made a stall.
Oh, that's very nice. What are you
Yeah.
selling at your stall?
I mean, it's got a sign.
Pokemon bottles, reindeer, pink Pokemon cups.
I call them candy bottles.
Candy bottles. That's very nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Pokemon.
Yeah, I
We
know.
just did a segment on it earlier today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, anyways, we're supposed to be asking you about Christmas. So,
Yeah.
So what do you want for Christmas?
I have no clue.
I
There are a few things I've been wanting, like roller skates and some touring equipment.
mean, you've got this huge store here. I don't think I could ask for anything more if I were you.
I mean, it's not like I can take anything from inside.
Oh, yeah,
randomly.
no. You can't just...
Like
no.
on this professional show, like, you know.
We'll put in a good word for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir, for
Yeah,
answering our
okay,
questions
yeah,
about
I'm
Christmas.
awesome.
It's been very nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Bye. All right, here we are. Well, what's your name, sir?
Caleb? Oh, Caleb.
Caleb, right, Caleb. Okay. I have a very important question for you, Caleb.
Okay.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
Yes.
Yes, we found a real one. Thank you very much. How do you celebrate Christmas?
With a feast and some presents.
That is absolutely correct. Good job. What do you want for Christmas?
Money.
Woo! Thank you. Yes, good. Good job. Do you have any questions for him?
Yeah, do you have any family traditions?
No.
No.
Great answer.
Yes. Well, is that it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, thank you for answering our questions about Christmas. Have a good Christmas.
Yes. Cool.
Thank you so much to Lynn and Te Aroha for their field report.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
See, we've obviously got some believers and non-believers out there about Santa.
Everybody loves Christmas.
Yes, hard out. Anyway, we'll be right back after this break.
Kia ora all. You know what's just landed? Summer. And I'm here to not only wish you a mean summer, but a safe summer. One too many accidents and crashes happen this time of year. So when you're out on your travels, make sure you've sussed that sober driver. Remember, it's not just your summer, it's our summer too. So drive sober.
Ngā mihi nui to our viewers, guests and awesome team here at He Tangata. It's been a pleasure to be with you today, even though I wasn't there the whole day, but it's all good. Let's talk about today's show.
Oh yes, so starting with Miss Po, that was a beautiful interview.
That was.
Yeah, what was probably one of your biggest highlights from that?
I think just having a sit-down kōrero with her, haven't seen her in a while.
Oh yeah, because she's a kazi, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Whānau.
Yeah, no, I'm really inspired by young and up-and-coming musicians in our region. I think it's, and what she's doing is extremely inspiring. So keep an eye out for Miss Po. After that, we had a little bit of a talk with Dai Akurangi. That was pretty informative as well. Just another kudos to all of those different organisations around Gisborne who have, really championed the vaccination and gotten people out there vaccinated. We're hitting those really high numbers, so that was really cool to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, and just a fun kōrero about Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Can't wait to spend it with my whānau and have some kai and some trifle.
Yes. And so I suppose to end this off, have you been naughty or nice this year?
I think I've been pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah,
So
I'm too
you're-
poor to get presents though. But
That's okay, Santa might, because you've been nice. What about you?
I think I've been good. Maybe a bit too much on the pūtea side, but still good.
Hard out. And for me, I've been a little bit naughty this year, but 2022, I'll be nicer. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Make sure to like,
And
subscribe, and comment down
Definitely.
below if you want to see us talk about something else in the future. It's been a wonderful episode today, and we look forward to seeing you next week. So, ka kite whānau.